Welcome back everyone. So in today's video I will be showing you how to build a simple ETL pipeline, and on this one I will be walking you through how to extract data from MySQL database and then load it over to SQL Server database. Alright, and then in ETL process or ELT process, the third step here will be to transform the data, and in this video I will not be going through the transformation process, but I previously made videos on how to do the transformation piece, and in particular you can use tools like TPT, or you can just go ahead and use SQL, Python, or any other tool that supports transformation. But in ELT strategy, we do have these three paradigms, right? Extract, load, transform. And basically extract is where you are getting your data from the source, and then after you ingest your data, you are loading it into a staging layer or a database or a data warehouse. And in this scenario we are assuming that our data is in MySQL database and we want to migrate or ingest that data over to SQL Server. Alright, and then on top of that, I mean, you can just go ahead and run queries against this. You can run analytics, whatever you need to do, right? So I'll be showing you these two pieces here, and then we will see how that looks like in a demo scenario, right? Okay, so this is the simple setup here that I have. So I will go over now into the database side, and then I will show you what I do currently have set up for SQL Server and then MySQL, and then we'll go ahead and write our code to go ahead and perform this process, right? Okay, so for that I'm going to navigate over to dpifer right here. And so dpifer is a SQL client tool if you are not familiar with it, and you can use it to connect to your databases. You can see for my case here I have various databases here connected. You can see I have Oracle here, I have Postgre, I have SAP HANA, SQL Server. This one actually is for MySQL here, so I'm just going to quickly rename this to MySQL. Okay, so yeah, and you can rename your connections to just know which connection is what, right? So in this case here I do have connection to MySQL, and this one is running locally, and this is where we will be getting our data from. So we'll be getting our data from MySQL. This is going to serve as our source, so we'll be extracting the data from here, and we will be loading it to SQL Server database. Okay, so this is my SQL Server running locally as well. I do have it installed in Docker and it's running here. I'm using Mac, but if you're using Windows, then most likely it should work for you if you may be connecting using a SQL Server Management Studio. But for me, I have this one here in dpifer. Okay, so what we want to do is, for my SQL, I do have this database here called classic models, and I have tables within this database, and we want to migrate all of these tables. We basically want to move all of these tables over to SQL Server, and then we'll see how that looks like. Okay, so this is going to serve our source as our source, and we will be migrating or extracting all of these tables and loading them over to SQL Server. We will be doing this using Python or a Pandas, Python Pandas program to move this process. So that is going to be our source, and then in this destination here, we are going to be loading here to a database here, and currently I don't think I have any database here that I want to load it to, so I'm going to create one here for, and I'll call this MySQL DB. MySQL DB. You can name this anything, right? You can name it staging, whichever name that will serve your purpose, right? So I'm going to go ahead and name that one MySQL DB, and yeah, so that is going to create a schema by default called DBO, and we don't have any tables currently on this. Okay, so when we run our process, we expect to see these tables that we have in MySQL available for us in SQL Server, right? Very nice. Okay, so again, I'm not going to go through the setup for this, but if you want to know how to set up your local environment, I made videos on how to do this, so I'll put the links for this in the description, and you can go ahead and take a look. I do have videos for SQL Server, dpifer, MySQL, Oracle, and all of this, right? So I'll put the links for that in the description if you think it's going to be helpful for you. All right, and then so this is the database side. Now let's move over to Visual Studio Code and run our code to load our data. All right, so I'm going to go to Visual Studio Code here, and I have the script already written down here. But basically what you want to do is you go ahead and download Visual Studio Code, and once you do that, create a folder in your local directory. For my case, I created this folder called Simple ETL repo, and again this repo is going to be available for you in GitHub, so I'm going to put this code in GitHub, and you can go ahead and get the code there in case you want it. So I created this folder here, and then within this folder here, basically went ahead and loaded this. So in this case, I have this parent folder called repos, and it has a number of other folders. So ignore all of these other ones, just focus on this simple ETL one. And within this simple ETL repo, I went ahead and created another folder called MySQL to SQL Server. The reason for this is because I have like some other ETL related videos or projects here, and actually I made videos on this as well. So if you're interested on ETL related to any of these databases or warehouses I've mentioned here, I have the videos available for you. But in this one, this is going to be MySQL to SQL Server, and this is going to be the script. If you have watched some of the previous videos like Postgre to SQL Server to Postgre, this script is very similar. And ideally, you want to, if you are going to be running script for migration, if you have something that is you can easily reuse across all the databases, then that's awesome. And in my case, this script works pretty well. I just need to change a few things, and then the rest stays the same. So that's awesome. So this is pretty much the same or a similar script. Anyway, so I have this folder here for MySQL to SQL Server, and this is the script that I have. But before we go into the script, there are some other additional things that you may want to do, and some of those or one of those include this one for requirements.txt file. We will be installing some Python libraries in order to perform this activity. And so for my case, these are the libraries that I have installed. Pandas, SQLAlchemy. For MySQL, you don't need this scopg2 and pyodbc. These ones are for this one is for Postgre, and this one is for SQL Server. I'm not going to remove them, but you may need this one by MySQL. This one lets Python connect to MySQL, or this is basically a library that lets Pandas connect with MySQL. And then this cryptography, this is for password, to just make sure that your password is secure. And then these additional libraries here are here just because I want to run this as a notebook. All right, and then the other thing you want to do is you go ahead and create a Python Fagile environment. So I've created this Python Fagile environment, and I have activated it like so. So currently I am inside my Python Fagile environment, and if you want to what you want to do after that is then go ahead and run or install the libraries. So I have already installed them, but I will anyway run this just to show you. Okay, so do it like that, and then this one is going to install the libraries that you have inside here, and now that will be available for you to use. All right, and then the next thing is, if you're going to be writing notebooks like myself, one other thing you have to probably take care of is the kernel here. What you want to do is in the right corner here, there will be an option to select kernel. Currently it's selected to that environment that we created, but you can go ahead and select it. Just go to Python environments and then select the Python Fagile environment that you created and install your libraries in. This is what the notebook is going to use in order to carry the activity. Okay, so once you do that, then you can go ahead now and start running your code. All right, so the first thing that we are doing here is we want to import our libraries and then set some configurations. So for my case, I'm going to install these libraries. Pandas, like we said, we'll be using Pandas. And SQLAlchemy. SQLAlchemy is a Python library that lets you connect to databases. So we'll be importing create engine and inspect from SQLAlchemy, and then this additional function here from URL-lib just to pass and make sure that our password is corrected. And this one, I don't think we'll be using this, but in some cases you may be needing it, especially for Postgre environments, if you have special characters within your password. Okay. And then down here, I'm setting my configuration for my SQL database. So you can see here, I'm setting the user as root, and then the password here, I've put the password here, the host name, and then the port number, and also the database, and this is the database where our tables will be. Okay, so this is where we have our source tables, and I did show you briefly before. This is that one right here, classic models. I have a number of tables here, and these are the tables that we want to migrate. So I have indicated here the database that we want to limit our ingestion to, right? And then for SQL Server also, I have gone ahead and configured the server, the user, password, database, driver. And for the driver, you may want to install it into your local machine if you don't have it installed. So just go ahead and download it from Microsoft's website, or just Google it and you will be able to get a download page. Okay, now I have to mention here that if this is in production, you don't want to put or expose your credentials, right? So you may want to say this in environment variables and then just call them here. That is probably a more secure way of doing it, but this is a demo, and this is running in my local machine, so no problem exposing this for now. Okay, and so I'm just going then to just go ahead and run this, and you can see this one is saying libraries imported and config set. Okay, and then the next step we're doing here is we want to create the engine and then test the connections, right? So I'm going to create the my SQL engine first here, and this is, you know, like right now I'm creating this variable here for password, and I'm passing this quotes plus function here. This is basically going to encode any special characters within my password. Like this one doesn't have it, but you know this does. But if you hear something like this here, and you have in your URL like this place here, if it encounters a symbol, if you don't encode it, then it's going to get confused and it might cut out your password. So this one helps out to just make sure that your password is not cut out and it's getting passed properly into your URL here, right? So I'm just building the URL here, and then we'll go ahead and create the engine, pass the URL. Okay, so that's for MySQL. And then for SQL Server, I am doing the building the string here, the connection string here. We are passing the driver, the server, the database, the user, and the password. This is from up there that we just configured above. And then I'm also adding this additional properties here, encryption equals yes, and then we want to trust a certificate. This is good for SQL Server, especially if you are running on driver 18 and above. Then we are going down here and creating our engine, and then finally we go ahead and test our connections here. We are testing both of these connections, so MySQL here and then SQL Server. All right, so if it's good, then that means that we're able to connect, right? So let's go ahead and run this, and as you can see, this one is looking good. We have MySQL connection successful, and also SQL Server connection is successful as well. So this is a good sign. It tells us that we are able to connect both to our source and to our target destination, right? So that means that then we are ready to proceed and migrate our data, right? So for my scenario, what I'm doing is I want to migrate everything that is in this database here. I want to pick all of the tables that are here, and then I want to migrate them over to SQL Server. So I'm just going to use this SQLAlchemy function called inspect. Inspect here, I'm going to inspect my SQL engine. So basically it's going to get my properties and then the database used there. And then it's going to use this get tables command to get all of the tables within the database, classic models that we defined. And if there are any tables, then it's going to print them out here. And I'm going to run that. And as you can see, there are 8 tables within that database. And these are the list of the tables that we have there. So this might be something that is nice to do before you run your code, just to make sure that you actually have the tables in your source before you migrate. Now this one is going to migrate all of the tables. If you want to limit the number of tables that you want to migrate, then you can probably manually create another data frame here and then pass the list of tables that you want to migrate over. But in my case, this is good for me, so I'm going to leave that one as it is. And then now finally we move over to the real thing here that is going to move the data. So as you can see, it's not like, you know, very many lines of code. Basically this is just a loop that is going through the list of the tables that we have up here, and then it is going to load this into a data frame, and then it's going to use read SQL table function from Pandas, and then it's going to take the table and then use the engine. So that's my SQL, and if there is any empty table from here, we want to skip that. Okay, and what I want to do is before loading this into SQL Server, I want to append this prefix to the table. So when the tables are created, it will be stg underscore customers, stg underscore employees, like that, right? So we will have stg at the beginning. So I just want to do that here, and we'll go ahead and now load this into a pandas to SQL function. And basically this is just going to take our properties like the destination table name, the engine. So in this case we are going to be using SQL Server engine to write our data to the SQL Server database, and this is critical here. This one is going to create our tables if they do not exist in SQL Server. In this case we do not have the tables there, so this is going to be kind of like drop and create a table from scratch again, over and over, right? So if you want to avoid that, you can use append, right? Append here, the mode append, and what append does is it is going to basically append the data there. So you may want to create the tables ahead if that's the case, right? But in this case I'm okay with the tables being dropped and being created you know, when migrating it, right? And then finally here we'll just, you know, if there are any errors, we will print the errors, right? And then the message also here in case it goes well. All right, so that is just, you know, very basic very simple loop here that is going to do the work for us. So let's go ahead and run this. So I'm just going to run this, and as you can see, we get the messages here: reading customers, writing customers to SQL Server with the number of rows and the number of you know, the table that has been created at the destination, employees, STG and employees, offices, STG offices, order details, STG orders, like that, right? Very nice. So you can see now we have, from at least from the logs here, it's showing us that we have migrated our tables. So let's go back here now and then check if that is the case. Okay, so we'll go back to SQL Server. I'm going to refresh this. Okay, and as you can see now we have, let's go to MySQL DB here, let's go to tables, and there we go. All right, so we can see our tables now in SQL Server. They have been migrated and created, and the data populated for these tables as well, right? Very lovely. Okay, so that is awesome. We have our tables here with the data, and then from here you can do some quick sanity checks. Maybe like for offices here in SQL Server we have 7 records. Let's see what we have here. 7 records as well. Orders, we have more than 200, so that might be longer one. Let's see something else here. 122 for customers, so let's go for customers. Yep, so you know, just looking at it, it seems like our tables were migrated properly. Of course you can go into the SQL Server side and then run some queries just to confirm, and then do some sanity check, right? So just to make sure that your data was migrated properly. All right, so yeah, that is it. Yeah, that's how you move your data from or you extract the data from MySQL and then load it to SQL Server. And as you can see here, you know, deep if here I don't have to navigate to many tools, and then on the other side I have here my VS Code, you know, with everything that I need, and it's written here. So if something happens, I just go back to the code and then just confirm that everything is working as intended. Alright guys, so that is basically what I wanted to show you in this video, how to extract data from my MySQL database and then load it over to SQL Server. And then now after that you can go ahead and run some queries on top of this to transform this data and write analytics as you wish. Alright guys, so that is all I had for you in this video. I hope this was helpful, and if it was, please give it a thumbs up, and also do subscribe to the channel if you have not, so that you can stay updated when I release videos like this in future. Alright, I will see you then in the next video. Bye bye.